declaration of martial law is not a military takeover.
Ngayong ika-21 ng Setyembre, ginugunita ang ika-51 taon ng Batas Militar, isang kabanata na nakaukit sa bawat Pilipino. Mula ika-21 ng Setyembre taong 1972 hanggang ika-17 ng Enero 1981, dumanas ang bansa ng isang yugto na minarkahan ng malawakang paglabag sa karapatang pantao at madugong pakikipaglaban para sa kalayaan ng mga Pilipino.
Sa panahon ng martial law, marami sa atin ang nakatutok sa mga kilalang bayani at leader ng oposisyon. Pero sa kabila ng malalakas na boses na ito ay ang mga palihim na bayani, ang mga pare at madre na nagsalita, nagmarcha at nag-alay ng kanilang buhay para sa kalayaan at katarungan.
Ang kwento ng kanilang pagsasama ay kwento ng simbahang katolikong naghahangad ng hustisya. Noong panahon ng Batas Militar, natunghayan natin ang mga tumayong oposisyon at nanindigan laban sa diktadurya Marcos. Sa likod ng mga malalakas na tinig ng masa, kasanggaring nila ang mga miyembro ng Simbahang Katoliko sa pag-alsa.
I would like to tell the story of how I got into this involvement. No, it was martial law kasi it was against everything that is organized of workers, and therefore strikes were also prohibited. No, in 1975, although it was forbidden to have strikes, but the conditions in the La Tondena, it's a wine factory, became so bad that we had a telephone brigade. And I remember I got my call at 11 o'clock, and my sister told me, let's go to the La Tondena because the Metrocom, at that time policemen were called Metrocom, they will come and arrest all the workers. So we are so afraid that they will be maltreated. I said, oh my goodness, I cannot go out of the house without permission from my superior, but my superior is already asleep. So I wrote her a letter. Dear Sister Catherine, I'm going to the La Tondena strike. I don't know when I'm going to be back. I remember that when the Metrocom arrived and I was outside like this, and I asked them, why do you want the work? Why are you arresting the workers? They said, because it's curfew. I said, but they are inside. Why will you get them there inside? Curfew means you should not be outside. And we are outside. Why are you not arresting us? He said, you are not included. So they told the workers, if you do not come out, we are going to come in. And they went in and they really beat up the workers. And the nuns who were there, can you imagine how they felt? They were busy with the workers and they beat up this one. But ikaw, madre ka, so hindi ka ginalaw, tapos ito.
Well, during martial law, I was still very young. I was still, of course, I was raised by a military family. That's why they're kind of strict, kind of vigilanted. I was only during martial 70s. I was in high school, not so much. But my political involvement, prophetic involvement, when I was a seminarian, under the Jesuits at San Jose Seminary during the 80s. That started with the assassination of Ninoy Aquino. That started my and our direct political involvement. We always attend rallies. We're always in the streets in order to voice out the injustice in the assassination of Ninoy Aquino. And of course, I participated directly during the snap election as the chair of non-friend in Malabon. So we organize ourselves. No? Galit na galit nga sa akin. Nakusutan ako, galit na galit sa akin yung mga Marcos doon. Pag pumapasok ko sa mga presinto. No? But of course, we're not afraid, no? Because we believe that the people are with us.
Naging mahalaga ang Radyo Veritas sa pagbibigay ng totoong impormasyon sa bansa noong panahon ng Batas Militar. Ito ang nagulat ng mga pangunahing pangyayari tulad ng mga protesta at pagtutol sa administrasyon ni Marcos at pagkamatay ni Benigno Aquino. Ipinagpatuloy rin ito ang pagbabalita sa snap elections noong Pebrero 1986 at nakiisa sa pagpapalaganap ng katotohanan sa kabila ng mga propaganda at kasinungalingan. Dahil sa coverage nito sa snap presidential elections, nakapagsagawa ng puspusang pagsusuri sa sitwasyon ang Radyo Veritas na pinamamahalaan ng simbahan.
I am calling our people to support our two good friends at the camp. If any of you could be around at Camp Aguinaldo to show your solidarity and your support in this very crucial period.
Ano man ang posisyon, relihiyon o lahi, para sa buong bansa ang dahilan ng kanilang katapangan at pagkilos.
Yung ganun po ba na paggamit sa kanila ng idea ng separation of church and state, is there a difference from how it is used against them now?
Parang ginagawa nila sobrang simple na, oy, bawal makialam ang mga pare at mga madre sa kahit anong political activity. But you know what? Actually, they have the right to do so. Especially if they're citizens of this country. Diba? At wala naman silang conviction that prohibits them from participating in elections, for example, or in exercise of their right of suffrage. So kapag walang mga ganung wala silang mga krimen na ginawa that could eliminate their political rights, pwede sila mag-participate, pwede sila mag-express ng opinion. As citizens of this country, they too enjoy what we call yung human rights. And it's part of their rights to express yung kanilang opinions. So they get to enjoy free speech.
We address the same people. No? Ang tawag lang ng gobyerno, citizens. Ang tawag ng simbahan, faithfuls. No? We serve the same community. No? Sabi nga ni Pope Benedict, no? The government should take care of justice and the church should take care of charity.
So whether it is this political regime or that political regime, we are always duty bound to seek the truth. We are always duty bound to uphold justice. And the more we get educated with the values of the gospel, and the more we educate ourselves, the more we try to strengthen our institutions that safeguard justice and peace, then it will always be better. That is our duty. That's every citizen's duty.
Matagal nang nakikilahok sa politika ang mga miyembro ng kaparian sa bansa. Bagay na ipinamalas ni Cardinal Jaime C. noong 1974 nang pangunahan niya ang pakikiusap na wakasan ng martial law at muling ibalik ang kalayaang sibil. Hindi natapos dito ang pakikibaka sapagkat 5,000 pare at madre ang nagprotesta sa Cebu nang muling maupo si Marcos Sr. sa posisyon noong 1981. Kahit siniraan ni Marcos ang simbahan, patuloy ang pagtulong ng simbahan sa pag-organisa ng malawakang protestang makakapagbago sa takbo ng buhay ng mga Pilipino, ang People Power Revolution. Kaya sa panahong nanganganib ang karapatang pantao at hustisya, nanaig ang kanilang paglilingkod at pakikiisa sa mga nasa laylayan at higit sa lahat, ang kanilang pagtaguyod sa katarungan.
What we are facing is even worse than martial law.
What does the Lord require from us? Three things, no, from the book of Micah in the Old Testament. One is to walk humbly with God, no, always be grateful to the Lord, love tenderly, no, will the good of the other, and third, yung do justice, no, yung to reorder society. Justice means the opposite of justice is justice, no, hindi pwedeng justice, no, sa mga kahirapan, sa mga income inequality, no, climate change, no, corruption in government, no, violence in the streets, yung mga culture of impunity. Hindi pwedeng justice, no. We have to voice out because God wants to reorder society according to the plan of God.
Okay. First of all, I have to tell you that priests and nuns are active politically not only during martial law. Because the reason why they feel that they have to be active is very simple. You know, Jesus had an option for the poor. We priests and sisters, we are supposed to be radical followers of Jesus. Therefore, if we are followers of Jesus and Jesus had an option for the poor, then we should have also an option for the poor. And if the poor are oppressed and they are what do you call this, persecuted, then we have to be in solidarity with the people. And therefore, we have to be with them, not only by talking, but in rallies, in protest actions, etc.
First of all, we have to understand the nature of the Catholic Church. So when we talk about Catholic Church, what is really the Church doing? And we have to remember always the Catholic Church is basically doing the mission of God. We are instruments of God. So with that, we have to promote. It's not maintaining its independence. It's actually our obligation as Christians, as the Catholic members, to promote love of God and love of neighbors. That's how we also connected in social concerns. We are created in the likeness and image of God. That's why we have to respect human dignity and also human life. That's why the Catholic social teaching will give us many elements like creation, care for creation, so option for the poor.
Sa kabila ng mga pagsubok, hindi natinag ang universidad na gabayan at itatak sa puso't isipan ng mga Tomasino ang kahalagahan ng katarungan, kapayapaan at tuwid na pamamahala upang maipagtanggol ang demokrasya. Ilan lamang sa manifestasyon nito ngayon ay ang iba't ibang inisyatiba ng UST Simbahan tulad ng mga advocacy forum, webinar, exhibit at pag-iilaw ng kandila para sa mga biktima ng Batas Militar.
Since the university is, of course, an educational institution, the way that it may have helped those who have been victims of injustices would primarily be through the resources that have been available to the university. We don't have any direct confrontation, but we are sure that by instilling values of peace and justice, we try to mold batches of students who will be really conscious of the value of justice and peace and proper governance and the values of democracy.
Because we are the pontifical and Catholic institution. So those social issues and concerns, of course, many people might be expecting we have to come up with our stand and making the statements regarding the social issues, but not necessarily to be making statement. But what is really matters and important is you really have to engage with the people concerned, and you really have to connect with those things. You really have to properly coordinate and communicate with the people concerned.
Ang pagtatanggol sa mga mahihirap ang nagpapalakas ng pagtutol ng mga madre at pare sa rehimeng Marcos. Ilan sa mga kilalang pangalan sa bantayog ng mga bayani ay si Father Jose Dizon na nagtaguyod ng karapatan ng mga manggagawa sa pamamagitan ng Workers Assistance Center. Si Mary Consuelo Chuidan, isang madreng tumulong sa mga biktima ng Batas Militar sa Mindanao. Si Godofredo B. Alingal na sumuporta sa mga magsasaka at mga ngalakal sa kanilang pagtutol sa pang-aabuso. Si Father Zacarias Agatep na nagtanggol sa mga magsasaka, lalo na sa industriya ng tobacco. At si Obispo Jaime Cardinal Sin na naging espiritual na tagapayo at naging daan para sa pagkilos ng simbahang Katoliko sa panahon ng mga pagpapaalis at pagpatay sa mga politiko ng oposisyon.
Isang napakagandang contribution ng priests and nuns, no, is living with the poor, no, and those who have been marginalized and those who have been neglected in society. Ang tawag natin yung mga nasa laylayan ng lipunan, no. Marami sa mga parit obis, mga madre, no, talaga nagkaroon ng mga immersion. They stayed with barrios, urban poor communities, no, in poor provinces, no. Especially farmers and fishermen. During that time, the poorest sector are the fishermen, fisher folks, and the farmers up to now, no, after so many years, no, ang pinakamahirap pa rin sa atin ay ang mga farmers and fishermen. And always remember, these are the people that are feeding us every day, no. And what's a shame and what a scandal that in a Catholic country like the Philippines, ang mga nagpapakain sa atin, sila ang pinakamahihirap, no. During the time of martial law, up to now, very strong. Always remember, the Catholic Church is stronger, no, when it is persecuted, no. Sapagkat if you see the origins of the Catholic Church, in the first century of Palestine, Jesus was crucified on the cross. The early apostles were all killed, no, one by one, martyred one by one, except John, you know. And the early Christians, no, were really sacrificing their lives, no, and in the blood of the martyrs, no, the dugo ng mga martir at ng mga banal, dito sumibol, dito suminang ang ating pananampalataya. That's why during martial law, we have a very strong church, no, and because we are being persecuted, no, we offer our time, our talent, our treasure, even our very lives. A lot of priests and nuns, no, sacrifice their lives, no, to protect the poor. And to protect human rights and to promote social justice in our country.
Gayunpaman, sa kabila ng pagsisikap ng simbahan, hindi pa rin tumigil ang karahasan ng rehimeng Marcos. Patuloy na namayagpag ang pagmamalupit sa mga mahihirap, gaya na lamang ng ginawa ng dating First Lady na si Imelda Marcos.
At that time, Imelda Marcos did not want slum areas kasi dadating si Van Cliburn, dadating si George Hamilton, ayaw niya ipakita na may mga slum area. So then they started demolishing the slum area. So what we did was to mobilize the women. So we wanted to see where the bulldozers were coming kasi bubulldosin nila. And on the street, you know, it was not us who did it, but the women, ang ginawa nila, nilagay lahat ng mga santo nila sa street. Mga Lady of Fatima, lahat. And then ang mga pregnant women, then kaming mga madre, sabi namin, tingnan natin kung bubulldozer tayo. Hindi ka binuldozer. So that's how we saved some houses. Later on, they just went and burnt the houses. So yun ang nangyari. So ganoon. So, doon ako nag-umpisang maging aktivista. Diba? Kasi nakita ko talagang kahirapan.
Malaki rin ang naging papel ng universidad sa pangangalaga sa kalagayan ng mga mahihirap. Sa pamamagitan ng mga mission work, ipinaglaban ng paring Dominikano ang mga karapatan ng mga nasa laylayan noong kasagsagan ng Batas Militar.
I think they are also engaging outside the university, and I think there were also Dominicans outside the university who are active and engaged in their different mission works in the rural areas. So I think I have to mention
Father Froilan
Pedro.
can mention our very own Father Pedro Salgado.
Si Father Pedro Salgado ay dating propesor ng Ecclesiastical Faculty of Philosophy. Siya rin ang dating rektor ng Aquinas University mula 1985 hanggang 1988. Kilala si Salgado bilang kasangga ng mga mahihirap na magsasakang nais makamit ang hustisya noong panahon ng martial law. Pumanaw si Salgado noong 9 ng Hulyo taong 2017.
If we talk about Dominicans, there's a one name that will really magkakaroon talaga siya ng pangalan. He is Father Pedro Salgado. So, marami siyang mga sinulat na mga books, repressions, human rights, and even people's development. So, I think in the tradition of the Dominicans, talagang si Father Pedro Salgado nagbigay ng concrete engagement of the Dominican priest.
Ayon sa datos, 27 miyembro ng simbahan ang nakaukit sa bantayog ng mga bayani. Marami ring nagsasalaysay ng kahigpitan na nakamit ng mga miyembro ng simbahan. Kabilang na dito sina Father Daniel McLaughlin, Father Shea Cullen at Father Cornelio Lagerwat. 3 paring na aresto makaraan lamang ang ilang araw ng pagdeklara ng Batas Militar. Nakaranas sila ng kabi-kabilang pang-aabuso sa karapatang pantao.
For us, really, what we fondly remember him for being present with the farmers. Talagang he was really accompanying them in their search for justice and in their protests against human rights violations. That's Father Salgado. And yet, even with that intense activity, was able to write several books about justice and peace.
Religious, either priests or nuns, were also victims of human rights violation at the time. And there were also priests and nuns victims of torture, mga victims din of involuntary disappearances, and then may mga naging martial law political detail. So it's because of expression of faith, and through faith translated into action for justice and peace. Kaya directly naranasan ng mga pare o mga madre ganun pag-faith ng martial law sa time na yun.
Pero as for the priests and the nuns, at that time, I understand na yung Catholic Church as an institution became a de facto opposition. Kasi the opposition politicians, majority of them went into self-exile or were exiled by the Marcos government, or if not killed. So kung hindi ka communist leaning na individual pero gusto mo labanan yung rehimen ng dating Pangulo Marcos, ang gagawin mo doon ka sa Catholic Church kasi mas mainstream ito mas acceptable to the general public, mas appealing yung position ng church kumpara doon sa ideology ng communist movement.
Bit-bit ang paninindigang makibaka ng matiwasay, nananatiling walang kinikilingan at tapat ang universidad sa misyon nitong magbigay ng edukasyon sa mamamayang Pilipino.
The requirement is you really have to commit yourself so that you can share what you know and what you understand and what you have to those whom you would like to share with. And also comes in the compassion, that's social action. Compassion moves us towards the others so that we are reaching out to other people who are really in need of our assistance or help, whatever we call it. That's what it comes in, social dimension comes in. We have our engaging in many social actions.
Nagsilbing haligi ng moralidad at pagkikilos ang simbahan dahil sa malalim na pagpapahalaga nito sa kabanalan ng buhay. Kabilang sa mga aktivista noong Batas Militar ay ang mga pare at madre na nagsakripisyo ng kanilang buhay o kinailangang magtago mula sa mga otoridad dahil sa panganib nito sa kanilang kaligtasan. Tunghayan kung paano hinarap ng simbahan, kabilang ang universidad, ang mga hamon ng panunupil ng Batas Militar sa advokasya ng demokrasya sa ikalawang parte ng Pro Deo et Patriae.